So as we make our way to the mat, again, a mini Shavasana of your choice. Sometimes just laying the spine flat on the mat and maybe bending the knees and letting them rest on each other. Constructive rest pose is lovely to start the practice. Takes all the pressure out of the back. I am going to use my towel right underneath my shoulder blades. Support my head with a pillow or a block. And I will bring my knees to constructive rest. So get yourself settled on your mat where you can comfortably close down your eyes. Resting hands on the body, on the belly, on the heart, just so that you can feel the body's response to your breath. And then take a pause and let yourself just settle here. Taking in a breath in through the nose. This time, release the breath out of the mouth. Just let it go. Let everything out here. Take another breath in through the nose. Expand through the ribs, the chest, and out the mouth. Let it go. And then come back to your own rhythmic breath. And with the hands placed on the body, just notice where that breath moves through you. Shallow breath, rapid breath. Can you smooth it out just a bit and take it a little bit deeper so that you feel the rib cage expand? You might feel your Buddha belly expand. And then allowing the exhale to come nice and slow and almost melt the body down to relax on your mat. And wherever you are this morning, whatever you're bringing in, let it come in. And just take that body scan. Notice where you're clenching. Notice maybe where you feel a little tightness, where you feel a little spaciousness. Notice the muscles in your face. Can you soften the jaw, release the tongue? Notice the breath. And then for the next minute of silence here, just pause. Come to an intention of why you'd love to come to your mat, even when you can't even carve out 10 minutes time. Why do you come to your practice? What do you need out of this practice? And how can you bring more of yourself into this moment, setting aside everything that's going on in your life to just be here with yourself on your mat with your breath? Allow for one more deep inhale now, in through the nose. Fill up the chest, fill up the lungs, pause at the top. And then open up the mouth and exhale all the stale air out of the body. Blink the eyes open, roll off to one side just so that you can remove whatever props that you're using. Come back down on your mat, stretch out long. So the toes towards the bottom of the mat, the arms go overhead, reaching fingers away from toes. Take a moment to kind of wiggle around. And we'll just move into that banana pose here just to begin to open up the side body. So as you stretch out as long as you can, just slide the heels over to the right side off of the mat, keeping the hips nice and level. You can stay right here if that's enough of a stretch down to the whole left side body. If you want to add a little bit more to it, pick up your shoulders and your head and slide them over to the right corner of your mat. Again, being mindful, we don't want the hips to kind of roll and we don't want the shoulders to roll. Hips nice and level, shoulders nice and level. And if they're not, you've gone too far, so just back it out just a bit. I'm going to clasp onto my elbows. So just to begin opening through the back of my arms. And here, come into your breath. So from here, just breathing into the side ribs, those intercostal muscles there, the obliques. So the more we can breathe and open, the more breath that the body can allow to come into that area. So 3 nice deep breaths here, followed by long exhales so that you can just unclench and let the body settle. 3 breaths. Coming out the way we went in, let's slide the heels back to center. Picking up the shoulders and the head. If you move those over, come back to center, stretch it out nice and long. One more time, kind of wiggle around. We'll move over to the other side to just slide those heels over to the left. Notice if this side is a little tighter, if that's enough, stay right where you are to just simply open up that space. If you want a little more, pick up the shoulders, take them over to the left. Be mindful again that you're not rolling onto your left side body. You're nice and level here. Feeling into now the right side body, the right ribs, intercostal obliques. Breathe into that. 3 nice long breaths. Getting ready to slide the heels back to center. Stretch the arms overhead. Bring the shoulders back. Good. One final long stretch. And we'll circle the arms down and around as we bring the knees into the chest. Give them a nice hug. Begin that little rock along the low back, from one hip to the other. Nice little massage there, waking up the back. As you squeeze the knees in just a little bit further, maybe the tailbone lifts and you get a nice stretch through the lower back. And coming back to neutral now, just hug the right knee in. So interlace around that right shin and draw it in to the closer to the outside of those right ribs. Good. As you hug that in, extend the left leg up to the ceiling. So you're going to lead nice and slow with the heel, like you're planting your foot on the ceiling. The leg does not have to come straight. So wherever you land here is fine. Just keep the heel elevated. Toes are flared, pointing down towards your face. So beginning to activate through the foot. Good. Keep hugging the right knee in. Point and flex that left foot now. So the top of the foot and the top of the ankle begin to stretch as you point that toe towards the ceiling, followed by the heel where the calf and the Achilles, the back of the ankle, flare those toes, and then just take it back and forth. So opening up the muscles on the shin, the top of the foot, the back of the calf. We'll meet with the toe pointed. Take a breath. And then the heel. As you have those toes flared, pull them in like you're making a fist, and then flare them out as wide as you can. So take about 3 of those. If you hear those toes popping, that's a good thing. Good. And then roll through your ankle. So one direction, nice big rolls. Loosen up that ankle. Switching directions. And then returning the foot to that flex, heel up, toes spread down towards the face. As slow as you can. And before you start, draw the belly in so that you can feel your spine supported on the mat. Slow as you can, begin to lower that left leg down. So we could rush this, but here we want to come into sensation, and that's the presence of our yoga practice. We want to feel into the feels. We're not rushing through this. So as that leg descends, maybe at the halfway point, you feel the quad have to engage. The leg gets heavier as it comes down towards the mat. Always able to bend that leg if this is too much. So as you come down, heel hits, press the heel down, press the heel away, keep the toes flared. Left leg is very active here. Right knee is in. We're just going to take that knee a little right and left, beginning to warm up into the right hip. Tuck your chin in a little bit so that it's not pointing up towards the ceiling. You find a little bit of length in the back of the neck. And then interlacing behind that right thigh. Again, keep the knee drawn in. Flex the right foot, spread the right toes, and begin slowly to lift that right foot up to the ceiling. Good. As you arrive here, again, doesn't have to be straight. Draw the thigh in close to the chest. Squeeze your shoulder blades together underneath you so that your shoulder tips are closer to the mat and not up around your ears. Take in a full breath as you draw the belly back in engaged. Walk the hands to the calf. Again, see if you can draw the thigh in a little bit closer. Keep the foot flexed. Maybe you can straighten those arms and reach for the ankle. Wherever you are, soften here. Shoulder soft, face soft. Beginning that nice hamstring stretch here. We'll work into the glutes by bending into that right knee, any amount, to come into that half happy baby. So you can continue to hold on to the calf or the ankle. You can reach for the blade edge of the foot or the big toe. You can use your strap here. Draw the knee down. If you want a more restorative version of this, you can just take the forearm around the back of the knee crease and draw it down. But just watch where you're bringing in any tension and just allow the back of the glutes here to begin to open. No forcing here. Taking a nice full deep breath. And as you release the breath nice and slow, bend into the left leg, plant the left foot by the left hip bone. And let's carry that right foot across the body so that the ankle rests on the left thigh, coming into a figure 4 shape. Again, the right foot is flexed so that all the muscles engage in the leg to protect the knee. From your figure 4, right hand's going to just rest lightly inside the inner thigh to just coax the knee away from the body. So again, this is not a push, this is a coax. And as you continue to coax the knee away, you might begin to feel that nice stretch around the right hip. Again, back away from it and then soften. Nice deep breath. Releasing the fingertips from the inner thigh, let that right knee just fall into your chest. So it's going to almost like fall across the body. Take both hands to the outside of that right knee, right thigh, hug it in. So a little bit of a counter stretch here through the IT band, through the back of the glutes. And then release that, coming back to the figure four. Let that knee again press away from the body. Maybe you don't need the hands this time. Good. The right foot is flexed. Using your core, engage your core. Don't use your hands. Pick up the whole leg structure. Good. So that the left leg is at a 90 degree, flexing now through both feet. Here to deepen, you can interlace around the left thigh, use the right elbow again to help prop the right knee away. And then on your inhale, draw everything in so that you can feel what you feel into the right hip. Pausing there with your breath. And again, check the shoulders and the face. Any tension you might have brought in here. This is a big stretch. 2 breaths. Nice and slow to release now. Unclasp the hands. Allow the left foot to come back down to the mat. Take the arms out to a T. Take the knees over to the right. So the hips are going to, shoulders, hips are going to stay nice and flat. You don't have to come all the way over. Just take them over to the right just to get a nice stretch into the left IT band, opening up now, starting in the left hip. Use your inhale, use your core, draw the legs back up to center. Pause here, just even out the back of the low back. Take a nice deep breath in. Relax the body and let the legs fall to the left. So maybe the right foot comes down to the mat. Maybe it comes down to that bolster or a block. Doesn't even matter. Keep the right knee pressed away from you. Notice how that changes the stretch. It's easy to keep the knee in. The body's trying to find the best, easiest way. Take that right knee and send it away. Good. Inhale, everything back to center. Unravel, knees to chest. Take a rock side to side. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So as you rock and enjoy that little back body massage, start winding it down to neutral. Interlace around the left shin, draw it in as you flex that right foot, send the right foot nice and slow up towards the ceiling. As you arrive there, flare the toes, toes pointing down towards the face. And then we'll just begin that point and flex. Point, really point, like you could touch the ceiling with that big toe, and then the heel, back and forth. Here again, we just take a moment to scan this area to see if there's any tightness in the calves and the ankle. Good. Flex the foot, flare the toes, and let's do that little pinch them in here. So pinch them in, feel the space you're creating on the top of your foot, and then open them wide as you can, and pinch them in. So take a couple. It's warming up the toe joints. Good. And when you're ready, just circle it out. Rinse out that ankle. A couple twirls one way, a couple twirls the other. And we'll return that foot to a flex. Again, press that heel up, flare those toes. We're going to send that right leg down to the mat, but we're going to do it very slow and very controlled so that you can tell me exactly what you're feeling. If that heel presses away, calf is engaged. You'll feel the quad engage. You might even feel the core have to activate here as that right leg descends. And then once the heel comes down to the mat, press down in the heel, send the heel away towards the bottom of your mat, and keep that right leg nice and active. Squeezing in the left knee, just take that little side to side, right to left. Doesn't have to be a big movement, just enough to begin to work that femur bone right into the hip socket. And we'll interlace around the left thigh, draw that knee in towards the side of the ribs, not down the center of the chest, towards the side of the left body. Flex that left foot, and here, slowly, 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 lift the foot like you could stamp it on the ceiling. Continue to draw the left thigh in close. Take a moment, squeeze those shoulder blades again together. Tuck that chin in a bit, relax the face, and then walk the hands up to the calf. Continue drawing the leg in, beginning to warm up that hamstring. Maybe you climb a little further to the ankle. And then when you're ready, we'll find half happy baby here. So again, that option to take the forearm around the knee crease to draw the knee down. Hold on to the ankle, hold on to the blade edge of the foot. Bend into the left knee, draw it like by your left shoulder. Again, relax where you can relax. Use your breath, your 3 breaths. One more inhale. And as you exhale, bend into the right knee, plant that right foot again on your mat, and draw the left ankle across to rest on the right thigh. Flex through the right foot. Good. Left fingertips inside the inner thigh, a nice gentle coaxing of that left knee away from the body. So sending that left knee towards the bottom of your mat begins to open up all around the left hip. As you feel that, again, back off just a bit. Notice if that brought in any tension. Soften yourself again. Soften your breath. 3 breaths here. Release the fingertips. Let the left knee fall in towards the body. So it's almost coming across the body. Use the hands on the outside of the left knee, left thigh. Draw it in like a hug. Again, a counter stretch. You should maybe feel this in the glutes. And then release that. Come back to your figure 4. Again, without the use of the hands, try and send that knee away here. Good. Don't use your hands, engage your core. The whole leg structure is going to come up, right knee at a 90 degree. Keep both feet flexed here. And then to come in deeper, if you want to, interlace around the right thigh. Use that left elbow again to encourage that knee away. Soften those shoulders one more time as you pull in the knees towards the chest. Soften where you can soften here. 2 more full, slow rounds of breath. We'll slowly unclasp the hands, send the arms out to a T as you lower the right foot down towards the mat. Keeping that figure 4 shape, we're going to just send the knees over to the left. So as you do this, the left ankle is bringing the right knee closer to the mat. It doesn't have to touch. We just want to bring in some sensation into the outside of the right hip, the right IT band. And the use of the ankle on there helps to encourage that. Again, no force. Find a breath. Engage your core. Let's pull it all back up to center. Take a moment, level out the back, lower back, before we send everything over to the right. So again, that left sole of the foot might hit the mat or a block. It might not. It doesn't matter. Just come to some point where you feel a nice stretch on the left side body and keep that left knee, again, pressing back towards the back of your mat. Beautiful. Next time, use that core, bring it all back up to center, unravel, knees to chest. Again, rock it side to side. Coming into bridge pose, plant both feet hip distance apart, kind of close to the sitting bones. I think the cue is normally, can you feel the back of your ankles? But just plant them where you're comfortable, arms beside the body, the palms are down, squeeze the shoulder blades under and tuck the chin in. We're going to flow through 5 bridges here. And it's at your option whether you want to include the arms or not. So as the hips come up, maybe the arms go overhead, and as everything comes back down, or just do the hips. Do what works for you. Take a small tuck into the belly here so that you can feel the spine supported by your mat. Good. Deep breath in. Lift the hips. Send the knees towards the back of your mat as you roll onto the top of your shoulders. So there is no pressure at all in the back of the head. There is no pressure on the neck. And then exhale, you can round down or you can come down with a straight spine. There's studies as to either one. It just depends on the health of your spine. We're going to take 5 now, arms or no arms. Breathing in as you come up and exhaling slowly as you return to the mat. Inhale, lift the hips, maybe lift the arms, let the arms float overhead. Hips come up, knees press back to the back of your mat. And on the exhale, lower everything at the same time, coordinating with your breath. 4 more on your own. As you inhale, you rise. And as you exhale, you lower. As you return to the mat, just take a moment to pause. Heel toe the feet to the width of your mat and just begin to windshield wiper knees right and left, back and forth. Slowing down. And then finally, again, coming to that pause. Heel toe the feet back into center. Knees to one side, roll to one side, and make your way to a comfortable seat. Now, a comfortable seat to me means elevating my hips. Elevating my hips. If I were to sit flat on my mat and try to keep my sit bones level, I take it in the low back. But if I elevate, it tilts my pelvis forward and I can maintain a straighter spine. So do what feels good for you. Sit up nice and tall. Maybe take those shoulder tips up to the ears. Let them roll down your back. So just take a couple nice big rolls here. And reverse that. And hear all that noise. Good. Returning now, again, remember that imaginary wall behind us? We squeeze those shoulder blades together, the shoulder tips go back, the back of the head goes back. Take the fingertips beside the body. On the inhale, raise the arms up above you. And just like you were climbing a rope, I want you to reach the right arm as far as you can so you feel from that hip bone all the way up through the side body, and then switch it to the left and then to the right. Good. Enjoy this. Really feel into where the stretch is happening in your body, back and forth. Again, opening up those intercostals, right? Okay, take one more each side. And then leave the arms extended up towards the ceiling. Reach, reach, reach. Take in a full deep breath. Draw in the belly. And on the exhale, right hand's going to come down to a block or your mat. And we're just going to extend the left arm over. Watch that the elbow stays back. Good. You can bend that bottom arm. Raise both arms up. And then flow it over to the left. Right arm overhead. Reach up. So take maybe 3 or 4 nice flows here, opening up the upper body. And when you finish that last side, both arms remain up. Take that reach again. Coming into a nice spinal twist here. So reach, find all the extension here in the spine. Left hand's going to come towards that right knee. Right hand's going to come behind you. On tented fingers, press into those back fingers. Get nice and long and take it to the side. So nice twist, gaze over towards the right. Noticing your breath. Again, if the breath isn't fluid, come out of it a little bit. One more inhale. And exhale slow. Both arms lift, find that extension again through the body, and take it over. Left hand behind you, right hand towards the left knee. Again, press into those back fingertips, find the length first, then take the turn to the left. 3 breaths. Both arms now re-extend up, reach, reach, reach. And then slowly, as slow as you can. Let the fingertips come back down. Finger pads to the mat. Nice deep breath in. Drop your chin to your chest. So we're not dumping the head here, right? We're just tucking the chin in, finding some length in the back of the neck. Relax the shoulders. And then just draw the right ear over towards the right shoulder. Again, maybe you feel the length on the left side of the neck, down the top of the shoulder. Chin comes back to chest. Swing it over left ear, left shoulder. Relax those shoulders down. Chin back to the chest. One more time to the right. Now feel which side feels more spacious, which side might be a little bit tighter, and whichever side needs a little more attention. Pause for 3 breaths. Otherwise, drop the chin back towards the chest, tucking it in. And lifting back up to neutral. Let's roll over the legs and we'll find our tabletop. So again, you all know, stack through the joints, hips over the knees. I'm going to ask you to keep your toes tucked under. Just again, to get a little bit of stretch back through the arches, through the toe joints. And we'll just flow some cat and cows. Again, if your knees are sensitive, that towel that you've got, unfold it and place it under the knees. Scoop in the belly, press through the palms so you have a nice rounding through the upper back. And as you're ready for the in-breath, we're going to lift the chest and the tailbone, dropping the belly, gaze towards the top of your mat. Exhaling, we'll begin to curl in, press through those palms, tuck the chin in, let the head hang. And then take it back and forth. Inhale, big inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, we curl in and round. Returning to a neutral table now. Again, keeping the belly firmly engaged. Walk the hands forward, as far forward as you can, but at the same time, keep those hips back, right over the knees here. So we're just stretching the upper body forward, continuing to walk those hands as far forward so the chest is coming down towards the mat, the forehead is coming down towards the mat or a block. Now see here if you can soften the chest down. Big stretch for the soft tissue under the arms, the shoulder joints. Take in a nice full deep breath. And release slow. Let the body sink. Walking the hands back towards the body, just about a handprint. Keep them extended forward. Keep the toes tucked under. Sink the hips back towards the heels. Now, if child's pose isn't easy for you because of knees, again, a blanket or something behind the knee crease, putting more weight into your feet releases some of the pressure off of the knees, or just don't go down as far. And we're just going to start that little flow here. So the flow, remember, if you remember, is child's table, up dog. Then we'll add on down dog and plank if you wish. So again, find the breath, find all the length in the spine here. And breath. Chest resting on the thighs. And on your inhale, rise up to table. On your exhale, shift the hips forward, lift the chest, coming into that up dog position. Press through the palms as you return through table, sending it back to child's pose. And we want to have a fluid breath and we want to have a fluid body. So see if you can link here, inhaling without stopping. Just come forward, find your up dog. Nice opening through the front belly. Send it back through table to child's. 3 more on your own. Use your breath here. Flow with it. Okay, the next time you're in child's pose, pause there. Toes are tucked. Reach with those fingers. So lots of length in the arms, lots of length in the lats. Now you can continue with the flow up dog to child's. If you'd like to join me, I'm going to also include down dog and plank. So as you're ready, take an inhale, bring it up to table. Shift it forward, open your chest, open your front body. Coming back through your table, toes are tucked. Lift the hips up towards the ceiling, press through the palms. Find your dog pose. Taking a breath. On the exhale, come up high on the balls of the feet. Wave the spine forward as you find your plank. Strong plank, chest up, heels back. Press through your palms, come back to your dog, hips high and back. And dropping the knees down lightly, child's pose. That's the flow. Take all or whatever you need here. Inhale up, exhale forward. Inhale back, exhale, hips rise, downward facing dog. See if you can lower the heels just a bit more. Come up high now on the balls of the feet, wave the spine forward, you find your plank. Press through the palms, come back to your dog pose. And dropping the knees to your child's pose. 3 more. See if you can find a rhythm here, coordinated with your breath. And I'm on my last one. You just do you. As we meet in child's pose, arms extended. Flip the hands over. Draw the thumb into the middle of the palm. Wrap your fingers around it. Draw your knuckles towards your body. So just begin to make some movement where the knuckles come up, the knuckles land back on the mat. Just get some release through the wrists. Maybe take a fist bump where the knuckles touch each other back and forth, opening up the front of the wrists. Switch it out where the heel of the hands come together, the knuckles flare right and left. And then just lift them and just roll through the wrist here. So we call that like prayer hands, and you're just rolling the prayer down and around. Switch it the opposite way. Good. Hands return to the mat. Right arm extends as far forward as it can. Left arm is going to come underneath the body, coming up to thread the needle with a child's pose. So see if you can keep the hips sunk back. Good. Let the right fingers reach so we have length in the right side of the body. And maybe come down to rest on the side of the temple, the outside of the left shoulder. Noticing your breath here, it's a bit constricted because our ribs are pressed against the thighs. So again, we always say, use this time to breathe into the whole side and back body. Use the back of the lungs here, expand that. And if you'd like to deepen this so that both shoulders are active, take that right arm up towards the ceiling, bend the elbow and find a half bind. So the back of the right hand comes to rest on the left side body or the back body. And as you do that, lift the elbow. So you're externally rotating in the right shoulder, internally rotating in the left. 3 breaths. Whatever position the right arm is in, let's slowly release that. Planting the right hand right outside the face so we can press our way up to release the left arm. Let it just float up to the ceiling, counter stretching that. Good. Come back down, find your extended child's pose. Again, see if you can sink those hips, reach those fingertips, find the length. And then we'll keep the left hand where it is. We'll slide the right arm underneath the body. Come down onto the right temple. Keeping the belly engaged, the breath nice and soft. Again, option to keep the left hand extended or option to take the half bind. So reaching the arm up towards the ceiling, taking that bend into the elbow, placing the hand using the back of the hand as a little bit of leverage to send the left shoulder tip back, the left elbow back behind you, deepening the stretch into both shoulders here, externally and internally. Two more nice deep breaths. And we'll release that wherever you are. We'll all meet with that left hand pressed next to the face in a push-up position. Press it up, release that right arm, let it float. Take that counter stretch. Bring the hand back down, walk yourself out, find your table once again. Flow a couple cat-cows. Just release the back body. Enjoy the stretch in the front body as you take the cow pose. Slowing that down. Walk the hands towards the knees, come over onto one hip, and we're just going to turn around and extend the legs out straight in front of us. So just take a moment first just to shake the legs out. Again, we're going to take a seated forward fold. Paschimottanasana, I think is what it's called. It's always fun to say. I'm going to elevate my hips again because I don't know if you can see it, but I'm rounding. I'm taking it all right here. So if I elevate my hips, I can really hinge from the hips and not from my low back. So again, we press those heels down and away from us. We flare the toes. Taking a nice full breath, spine nice and straight. Inhale, lift the arms. And exhale, come forward. Don't curl into the back. Just come, even if it's just right here, putting your fingertips by your hips and just allowing that length to draw you forward. Bring the hands down to the mat and walk them forward, but not at the sacrifice of your back. We want to feel the connection where that hamstring hits the sit bones. Press in wherever that is for you into the finger pads. Then draw the chest forward. Nice straight spine. Gaze is at the toes. Taking a breath. Draw in the belly. And see if you can walk it just a little bit further. Heart to toes, we say, not head to knees. Notice where you feel it. Beautiful. Walking it back. Nice straight spine. Pick up that right knee. Bring the sole of the foot right inside the left inner thigh. A great place for your bolster or your block to support the right leg if you need it. Again, left foot is nice and flexed, toes are flared. We're going to inhale again, reach nice and long. Same thing. Bring the finger pads down, bring the chest forward. Keep walking those finger pads forward. Slowly walk them back to the back body. Pick up that right knee, plant the right foot. Hug that right knee with the left forearm around, hug it into the body. Again, right fingertips behind you, press into the fingertips. Take that nice little stretch again to the right side. Drop that back shoulder. Keep those left toes active. One more breath. Coming back around, take a little counter over to the side. And then bring it back up. And we'll release the right leg long. Take a little shake. Gently picking up the left. Plant that left foot. Take that right forearm, right elbow crease. Hug that left knee in. Straighten your spine. Draw in your belly. Finger pads behind you. Nice and straight. Extend up. Then take the twist to the left. Again, notice the shoulders, drop them down, keep the spine nice and long. And when you're ready for the next inhale, take a big breath. Bring the body back around. Take that counter to the opposite side. And bring yourself up. Soles of the feet come together, that big wide diamond shape. Again, we find that length in the spine before we go anywhere. Pressing the heels and the balls of the feet together. Let's flare those toes again out to the right and the left, just to get an extra yoga points there. Good. Nice and tall spine. We're going to take the hands underneath the calves. The palms are going to hold onto the shins or the ankle. Again, before we go anywhere, we want to bring that spine long. So use the hands leveraged where you're holding. Draw the chest forward. Tuck the chin into the chest. And then you can begin to round in the spine as the head comes down into your diamond shape. You can use a block. You can use your bolster. Or you can just allow the body to hang naturally. And just begin to find length here in the spine, in the shoulders. Your shoulders separating, breathe into that space. And as you settle here with the breath, maybe you'll notice the low back just beginning to relax and open and soften. Here for 5 breaths. Each breath releasing a little bit more, maybe lowering a little bit more. One more inhale. Exhale slow. Releasing the hands from the legs. Begin to walk those finger pads back into your diamond shape. Walking the finger pads back towards the body. Restacking the spine. Hands help the knees come back together. And we slide the legs again long, shake them out. If you're on a bolster or a towel, remove that. Good, shake it out. Hands flat, right outside the knees. Draw the belly in. Again, press into the palms one last time. Let's shine the heart forward. And as you exhale, begin to slide the hands down alongside your body, nice and slow as the spine begins to come down to the mat, laying out nice and flat. Take those forearms, bend into the elbows. We're going to press into the forearms here to lift the chest up, drop the head back. It's supported by those upper trapezius muscles. So you're in a safe place here. Just go to where you feel it. Lift the chin. Feel the length in the throat. Keep pressing through those forearms. Keep the chest lifted. A nice counter stretch to what we just did in tortoise. One more full breath. And then nice and slow, we're going to just roll down the back spine. spine, middle back, upper back, shoulders. The head comes to rest. Knees come into the chest. Hands rest lightly on top of the knees. Draw the knees in. Maybe lift the tailbone a bit. And then take the knees right and left. One knee one way, one knee the other. Push them down towards the back of the mat. So you're almost rolling on that tailbone. You should feel a stretch there. And then pull the knees back into the chest as you roll right up the spine. So nice, slow with breath. Circle the knees down and around. Rinse out the hips. Rinse out the spine. Take it the opposite way. Push the knees to the back of the mat. Send them out wide and draw them into the chest. Roll onto the bottom tailbone there. So really get the benefit of this movement. One last one. And draw the knees in. Good. Bring the soles of the feet together. Lower the blades of the foot to the floor. Coming into your supine Baddha Konasana cobbler pose. Hands to the belly, hands to the heart. Again, if you want the support, get those blocks underneath the outside of the thighs or your bolster or your towel. Squeeze the shoulder blades underneath you, releasing the tops of the shoulders. Again, take that neck, scoop it in so you feel the back of the neck lengthen. Close down the eyes. Come into your breath. And before our final Shavasana, please join me in the rhythmic breath where the exhales are twice as long as your inhales. So I'm going to breathe in to the count of 3 in my nose, nice and full. As I pause, I'm going to slowly breathe out to the count of 6 through the nose. Inhale to 3. Exhale to 6. Continue breathing like this, feeling again every exhale, bringing you down closer to your mat. Settling the body, relaxing the muscles. Coming back to the intention set at the beginning of practice of what do we love about yoga? What do we hear and what do we need from this practice? Feel free to stay just like this, or bring the hands outside the thighs to bring the knees together. Send the legs out long. Separate the feet, let them flop open to the side. Extend the arms out to the side, palms up. Again, tuck in the shoulders. Release yourself to rest in Shavasana. Begin to come back into a more conscious breath now, of taking a deeper inhale in through the nose. Again, let it fill the chest and the ribs. And as you exhale, maybe bring some movement to the toes and fingers, maybe wet the lips, maybe the head. Rotate slowly from one side to the other, just waking the body back. The knees draw into the chest, one last hug, hug it tight, maybe rock one side to the other. And then find your way to a nice comfortable seat. And as you arrive here, any seat of choice. Again, finding that length in the spine, draw in the belly. Keep the integrity of the pose as you bring your hands to your heart, pressing the thumbs into the heart space, pressing the finger pads into each other, dropping the head to your prayer. May we be well. May we be safe. And may we always be at peace. Namaste, my friends.